Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome one more time?
Opening another show in Philly, Boston, or Baltimore. A chance for stage folks to say hello. Another opening of another show.
So that you open wide will make your future forget your past. Another pain where they all throw. Another opening of another show.
4 weeks you rehearse and rehearse.
3 weeks and it couldn't be worse.
Once a week will it ever be right?
And out of the hat it's the first time.
Your journey is about to start. You cross your fingers and hold your heart.
It's curtain time and away we go. Another opening of another show. Oh, you rehearse.
3 weeks couldn't be worse.
1 week will it ever be right?
And all of us, it's that big first night. Your journey is about to start. You cross your fingers and hold your heart. It's curtain time and away we go. Another opening is another opening of another show. Thank you so much. Welcome to our Broadway Vaudeville Branson Review.
Oh, is that what we're doing
That's
tonight?
what we're
Okay, I had no
doing
idea. All I know is it has a lot to do with traveling. Thank you very much for having us back, ladies and gentlemen. We are proud to say this is our 25th Good Sam Rally. Yeah.
Love you
And
guys.
9 of them have been in this region. Yeah, I don't know about Tennessee. They don't want us yet, but you know, maybe you can talk to Butch or Brendan. You know, get us in there. But it's certainly nice to be back here. This is where it all started. In 2008, we only played 2 Samarys, Indiana and Illinois. So yeah, we said that we're taking it back, aren't we? Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Yep, we started RVing in December of 2007.
Any full timers out there?
Full-timers.
No.
All right, there
One.
you go. Yeah.
Good for you.
It's a
In that case, I'm really glad you won that free. Yeah.
And we are originally from Pennsylvania. Now we're based out of Tennessee, but we get our mail delivered to us through Pensacola, Florida. So everybody thinks we're from there.
And right now we're parked right around the corner over there on Peach, so
Yeah, you
that's
know.
where we are, yeah. But it doesn't matter where we are, wherever we're north or south or east or west, wherever we go, we're together.
Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together.
We may not go far, but sure as guitar, wherever we are, it's together.
Wherever I go, I know he goes.
Wherever I go, I know she goes.
No fits, no fights, no feuds, and no egos.
We go
Together.
thick and thin, all powder, all in, and whether it's wind, plays or show.
With you for me, and for you I'm all through whatever we do together, wherever we go. Hey, what did I say we're called? One more time. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together.
Wherever we sleep, it rises the sea. We're gonna sleep cheaper together.
Whatever the boat I row you row,
A duo,
whatever the road I hold you hold, and any I owe you,
we all know you all.
and we all
Together, through thick and through thin,
all out for all in.
and whether it's wind, plays or show.
With you for me,
And for you,
come on through whatever we do together.
together. more about that later. How many of y'all ever traveled? No? Is this on?
I don't know.
Hey, you know, it's something we do. Maybe we do just baby steps. Maybe like Melissa and me put 80,000 miles on in the last 10 years. I don't know. But we certainly like traveling, and I hope you like traveling songs. Because she left me at home one day with a roll of duct tape and some old Frank Sinatra albums. What can I say?
All about travel.
You know how that happened. Now listen, we're going to do a song. Well, actually, we're going to do a lot of songs about traveling. We hope we hit your hometown, but whether you know your hometown or not, well, you sing along with all these. You ain't going to scare them. Let's take a boat to Bermuda. Let's take a plane to St. Paul. Let's take a kayak, Quincy, a Nyack. Let's get away from it all.
Let's take a trip in a trailer.
Doing that trail travel.
No need to come back at all. Let's take a powder to Boston for chowder. Let's get away from it all. We'll travel around from town to town. We'll visit every state.
I'll repeat, I love you, sweet, in all the 48. Anybody else remember when there's only 48 states? You think I'm making that up?
Well, they went right from 47 to 50. I don't
One
know.
up north.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Come on, sing me your kick line. We'll make a brand new start of it in old New York.
Because if I make it there, I change my underwear. It's up to you, New York, New York.
So we have to wait till we get to New York for you to change your undies.
Yeah, the laundry's piling up. Ain't
Oh, it is.
no laundry down here.
Is there anyone here named Penny? Penny? No? Because Penny's in a stream. Fallen leaves of sycamore. Come on, you know it. Moonlight in the moss. Nice. I see finger waves, ski trails down a mountainside, snow light in the mont, telegraph cables that sing down the highway and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening, a summer breeze, warm in a meadowlark. Moonlight in Vermont.
Well, I like it nice and snowy and cheesy, but I like my middle with a little bit of zip to it, you know what I'm saying? Like south of the border, down Mexico way. That's where I fell in love with South Funky Mountain way. And now as I wander, my hat ever strayed south of the border, down Mexico way.
Now for the best pizza and baseball, Chicago, Chicago, that toddling
That's
town.
one place I have never been. Is that Illinois?
Chicago, Chicago, I will show you around.
I'd eat that.
Chicago, dollar, you lose your blues in Chicago.
Chicago.
The town that Billy Sunday couldn't shut down. On State Street, that great street, I just want to say.
Now what do you want to say?
They do things they don't do on Broadway. caught the other one. Yeah. All right.
Well, we have traveled north, south, east, and west. My goodness, around in circles a lot. I would like to say that 2014 we had an opportunity to go in an entirely different direction. Everybody sing a little 50 mention now, come on. Would you like to ride my beautiful balloon? Would you like to ride my beautiful balloon?
We could float among the stars together, you and I. For we can fly,
Up and away, my beautiful
the world's a nicer
place in my beautiful balloon. It wears a nicer face in my beautiful balloon.
We could sing a song and sail along the silver skies. We can fly,
Up and away, my beautiful balloon.
suspended under the twilight canopy. We'll search the clouds for a star to guide us.
By some chance you find yourself lovely, find a cloud to hide us, keep the moon beside us, Lord is waiting there in my beautiful balloon, way up in the air in my beautiful balloon.
If you'll hold my hands, we'll chase your dreams across the sky. For we can fly,
Up and away, my beautiful balloon. Up and away.
You're on later, just chill for now, okay?
It was good to improvise with you. That was good.
I like that, yes. How many of you have ever been overseas? One or two? Okay, good. This is good. Thank you for your service, if that's applicable. I was happy that by 1973 they were finished shooting people in Vietnam. So they sent me to a place that was dangerous in a different way. That's right, they sent me to Italy. Now you say, what's so dangerous about Italy in the 1970s? Well, I'll tell you what. You tried living for 2 years, 11 months, and 27 days, eating pasta for every meal. 2 years, 11 months, and 27 days, drink red wine with every meal. You come home looking like the entire Fred President's Physical Fitness Council. Not one guy to hold all of them, yeah. Well, I managed to lose a lot of the weight since then, but I did not lose the songs. I still love Italian. Does anybody here like pizza? Then I bet you like most of these songs right here. In Napoli, where love is king, when boy meets girl, here's what they say. Oh, this is just fun. Everybody sing. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Oh yeah. Oh, when the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells are ring, ding-a-ding, ding-a-ding-a-ding, and you're singing the bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a guitar and bella. Oh, and a star to make you drool, just like a pasta fazool, that's amore. Big deal of beach. Oh, when you dance
down the street with a clown at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, then you're in. Fools, I mean, but you see, back and know, not only that's amore. All right, you heard it. Sing along now. Oh, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like this, and with much of wine, that's amore. Come on, oh, what you snoring. Bells will ring, ding-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Rita Bella. Like a gay carousel, your feet smell of darling, you just like a hot dust puzzle that's amore. When you dance down the street with a clown at your feet, you're in love. See what I did there? When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, say you're in. Fools, I mean, but you see back and know, not only that's amore. Well, you're doing so well with that song. That's the other one I know. It's a little trickier, so. Oh, naughty. Oh, God. Divento di blu, felice di stare lassù, e volavo felice più in alto del sole ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano sparivo lontano laggiù. When you walk in the street and you know Supposedly, but you see back in all only that's amore. Give yourself your hand. Good job. Now we're going to go back now. I want to go back about, 90 years or so.
90?
Yes. I think that's before you were born, although I'm not sure. 1927. Okay, some of you were around, but we were all kids then. All right. 1927. There was a little guy by the name of Al Joseph who really liked his mammy. He really did. I don't know if you're old enough to remember Al Joseph, but he did something very important in 1927. He took music and movies and he put them together, just like Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, but I mean, somebody had to think of it for the first time, right? I mean, it was like peanut butter and jelly. Who's the first person that did that? I don't know. I don't think it was Al Joseph. But he started a whole lot of things, didn't he? It was great. I mean, all these song and dance teams that came to be, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, and Fred Astaire and all the girls. I mean, anything Fred Astaire could do, Ginger could do it backwards and in heels. Remember that, okay? But no, there was so many song and dance teams. There's so many great movies come out in the 30s, 40s, and even the 50s. They started messing with colors. But I think 1960s, the early 60s, that was really the meat and potatoes of music. That's why they had The Sound of Music. The hills are alive. Remember that? And they had The Music Man. 9 Academy Awards The Music Man was nominated for. Right? They don't do that anymore. Now, indeed, 1962, I remember. I was about, down to like this last. And my dad took me to a movie theater. 50 cents for the tickets. That's what they cost back in those days, 50 cents. And he laughed at me for about 2.5 hours because I sat there, my jaw hanging open as I was rich man, poor man, animated penguins and all kinds of stuff. And I couldn't understand what it was, and all he would tell me was, Mary Poppins.
For every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap the job's a game. And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake. A spree, it's very plain to see.
Everybody say, come on.
A spoonful of sugar, some medicine, go down, the medicine, go down, the medicine, go down. Just a spoonful of sugar, some medicine, go down. Feels the most delightful way.
Oh yeah, we got some of them singing. Let's do another verse, see what happens.
A robin feathering his nest has very little time to rest while gathering his bits of twine and twig. Though quite intent in his pursuit, he has a merry toot-toot. He knows a song will move the job along. For a spoonful of sugar, some medicine, go down, the medicine, go down, the medicine, go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way.
Oh, we gotta sing it now. Let's try another song. It's been the same show. We want everybody to sing. So please say whatever you do, faster and dangerous.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Because I wasn't raised to speak when I was just a lad. My father gave me those sweet, told me I was bad. But then one day I learned the word to say he ain't his nose. The biggest murder you've ever heard, and this is how it goes.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. He traveled all around the world, and everywhere he went, he'd use his word and all would say, there goes a clever gent.
Alright, fast time again with me. I said a special word and it next me out the tea.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious.
Of course, you can't say it backwards, which is social expialidocious. That's a little over the top. What'd you say?
Indubitably, the Mr. Cat has found your tongue is newly for dismay. Just summon up this word, and then you'll have a lot to say. But better use it carefully, or it may take your life.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. One night, I said it to Melissa. Now, Melissa's my wife.
And you have a problem with it?
Oh, no, no. That's just the number has to be. Here's the way to listen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all sizes. How many of y'all remember Studebakers? One, okay, all right. Bet you older than everybody else here, you know that. Well, I'd like to take you back. We have, as I mentioned earlier, we have a brand new CD. It was never available before tonight. We had to master it last minute, and he sent it to me overnight, and all kind of exciting things about like that. But there's several songs that we're doing tonight that are on our CD. This one here happens to be the title cut. Now, I wrote this a couple years ago. I'm sorry, are we keeping you up? Holy cow, see her back there. All right. Anyway,
Hey, it's been a long week.
yeah, it has been a long week for everybody. I wrote this song a couple years ago, but it hasn't come out until now. It's going to take us back to when me and my grandma, my grandpa, and everybody else for that matter, right after church on Sunday, we'd go out and do what? Ride around in circles, right? because gas is 18 cents a gallon, and it's a beautiful day. We're gonna go for a spin. Well, I'm gonna try this. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we're back. Maybe that'll take care of the problem. And so I wrote this song called "Come Rolling With Me." In the middle, there's a lot of vocals going on, so please, if you can sing along.
Yes, please.
Yes. I hope you like this song. It's gonna take me back to long before I was born. Oh, you can put that pretty outfit on. Oh, that's nice.
It goes for a ride. I put my hat on.
You're in a rumble seat, you know. Look at the sky. Let's you and I take a spin.
Okay.
Get in. We got a day off. Come rolling with me.
Can I drive?
No, it's the 50s. We know we ride in the 50s. Get out.
It's a beautiful day. Let's get away from the crowd.
Why you won't do that?
They're too loud. Let's head to the country. Come rolling with me. We'll sing along with the songs on the radio.
All they get there, nowhere to go. Let's get rolling. We'll be so gay, spending the day all alone. No phone.
Let's head to the country. Come rolling with me.
Oh yeah. We got a day off. Come on, rolling with me. Rolling, not rolling, not rolling.
We'll go for ice cream. Come rolling with me.
All right, here we go now. That's the same part. Everybody sing. Come rolling with me. Come rolling with me. Come rolling.
That's it. Come
rolling with me.
Come rolling.
We're rolling.
Come rolling
with me.
Come rolling.
We're rolling.
Come rolling with me. Come rolling.
Come rolling with me.
Sing along with the
Songs on the radio. All they get there, nowhere to go. Let's get rolling. Don't make a plan. We'll see the land every state. All 48. You just wait.
Let's head to the country.
All right.
Come rolling with me.
Oh, here we go again.
Come on. Come rolling.
Come rolling with me. Come rolling. That's your part there.
Come rolling with me. Come rolling.
Yeah.
Come rolling with me. Come rolling.
We're rolling.
Come rolling with me. Come rolling.
We're rolling.
Come rolling with me. Come rolling. Come rolling with me. Come rolling. Come rolling with me. Come rolling. with me.
Thank you very much. Let's go. Come rolling with me. Thanks. Buy one today.
Yes.
It's a little warm up here. Wow. I assume y'all were here last night. Was that a great show last night? I thought that was really nice because I don't get to listen to Louisiana. I call that Louisiana music last night. Yeah, that was really good. But I had to laugh when Dennis was up here saying we do all kinds of music. We do country, we do Western swing, we do Cajun, we do French music. I said, wait a minute, I'm from Pennsylvania. That's all the same thing. delineate that on me. I learned some stuff last night. I learned, first of all, I like it all, that it didn't matter what. I'd never heard of that Western swing before. I really like that. 62 years of my life, I never heard that song. I never heard that kind of music. I led a sheltered childhood. Yeah. Well, we're going to do a song that perhaps you've heard us do if you've seen us at other rallies because, well, they like it, so we're going to keep doing it. How many of y'all just got married? One? Okay. Well, how's it one and not two? All right, I just don't understand. You know, when I ask a question like that, people our age group, they have a tendency to snicker or giggle, you know. But we used to be managers in something called independent living. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with independent living. It's people like me, you only rich, because they don't feel like cooking anymore, they don't feel like cleaning anymore, they don't want to shop anymore. You know, they just want to live there, you take care of people, okay? And we saw it happen. People would move into places like that. Maybe they had to move away from their kids. Maybe they just lost someone they loved. And the guy up the hallway, he's still got his car keys and a pretty good pension. He starts looking pretty good. Next thing you know, they're having meals together and going to the movies together, holding hands, you know. Next thing you know, they're looking for income tax loopholes. It could happen. But if you plan on getting married later in life, if you've been married 20 or 25 times like I have, if you've been married 20 or 25 years like I have, then you know it's a little different getting married a little bit later on in life than it is when you first get married for 6 months and you're 18 and all that. And Melissa's going to unfortunately have to put on her senior hair for this. Yeah, that's all right. We're tough.
Come on, Iowa, I swear.
We're tough.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Melissa's going to put on her senior hair to make this song believable. I have mine on already, so you know, we don't have to worry about that.
And if you're going to be 108 years old when you get married again, you know you're going to be...
Oh, God bless you. So we're going to do this song about if you're going to get married later in life, make sure, well...
Especially, right? We got married last Friday. My man was right there beside me. Our friends were all gone. We were alone, side by side. We were happily wed when we got ready for bed. Then his teeth and his hair he placed on a chair, side by side. One glass eye so tiny, one hearing aid so small. Then he took one leg off and placed it on the chair by the wall. I stood there broken-hearted. Most of my man had departed.
What'd you do?
So I slept on the chair. There was more of him there, side by side. Oh, I just sit
So remember, if you're going to get married, get all the pieces, save your receipt, and remember the rules to Mr. Potato Head. You know those people who work too hard and they work 16 hours a day to come home to a house that they can't afford to live in without the job, and they don't have any time to drive their car for pleasure because they're always driving back and forth to work. You know, some people just think they like to work themselves to death. I thought that was a relatively new thing with our generation, but it seems to me that 100 years ago, back in 1920, there was a comedy team named Flanagan and Allen, and they wrote a song about people that work too hard, but you don't have to remember 1920. You can go to listen.
Yeah.
We don't have to go back to 1920. Tony Bennett recorded this in 1959, and most of us remember 1959. But let's see what happens with this one. That's a serious song now. Hey, Dolly, the million smackers.
And nervous indigestion.
Rich fella living on milk and crackers.
I love any fun? What you getting out of living? What good is what you got if you're not having any fun?
Are you having any laugh? Are you getting any loving? Other people do, so can you have a little fun?
After the honey's in the comb, little bees come out and play. Even the old gray mare down home has got a hay.
Hey, hey, hey,
Are you having any fun?
We ain't gonna live forever. Even if you're old and gray, it's still okay. Have your little fun, son. Have your little fun.
Come on, let's have some fun! Woo! Ooh, that's way up there. Woo-hoo. Come on, here we go. Ooh, there you go. Get 'em.
Why do we work and save and slave? Life is full of ifs and buts. Even squirrels save, and what have they got? Nuts! Are you having any fun? You ain't gonna live forever. Even if you're old and gray, it's still okay. Have your little fun, son. Have your little fun.
All right, give something in there.
Oh, yeah, all right. You wait now, okay.
You know what? Send those balloons over to that family over there that has little ones. All right, we got 3 balloons. I think we got 3 kids, right?
There you go.
Hopefully they can share.
You won and you didn't even put your number in the bin.
Yeah,
Hey, what are we doing next? I know what we're doing next. You're going to talk.
I am. Because I will tell you that I really am one of those very happy people. And I think that most Good Sanders are very happy people.
That's why we're good Santa.
Overall. Yes, that's why we're Good Santa members too. Yes, we really believe that. So I'm one of those people that like most everything.
Even me. Hey, she likes me.
Oh, I love you, honey. I like you, but I love you. And I love puppy dogs and kitty cats and sunshine. And there's one thing I don't like, and that's the rain. All right, I know we need it. I appreciated it the other night when I was inside because I didn't get wet. But I hate getting wet in the rain. It makes my hair get all frizzy and boing, and it goes out like that, like Rosanna Dana, you know. And I don't like when my pants get wet. Henry, you know, our dog. He used to be with us, and we miss him terribly, but when I used to have to take him for a walk, my pants would get wet, my socks would get wet. It just made me crabby. I became a very crabby woman.
Yeah, no, that's just a little crazy for her, that's all. But it's a good thing for you. Back in 1969, Burt Bacharach and Hal David wrote a song about hating the rain. And if you, like everybody else, and have one of them little transistor radios, you heard this song every 15 minutes during the summer of 1970, so you got no excuse, you must know all the words. So sing along with Melissa, maybe it cheer her up a little bit, I don't know.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun. I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. And there's one thing I know.
What do you know?
Those blues they send to meet me, they're gonna defeat me.
That's not how it goes.
It won't be long till crabbiness stands up to greet me.
Rabbit, that is not how it goes. No. You know, it's a good thing for me. A couple of y'all were out in 1952 when Gene Kelly took a whole different look at this liquid sunshine. Remember that? Why they made a big old smack on Debbie Reynolds and he go run up down the street going nuts. I'm singing in the rain, just singing.
we're gonna skip that one. We're going way long. Now, I don't know if anybody got important things to do, but we're gonna skip that one song. So if you want to hear, you have to come see us in. You have to come see us in Tennessee. I think we're gonna go to Tennessee really next year. I don't know. I have to ask Brenda Butch about that. Anyway, we're gonna do a song here that, well, let me set it up this way. I just had a big birthday. I know. Some of y'all 90-year-olds out there laughing at me, but no, I had a big birthday. And we had been to 37 different countries and 49 states. Who needs North Dakota anyway? And Melissa told me I could go wherever I want to go for my birthday. And I said, oh boy. And you know where I picked? The couch. You got a cool beer in one hand and a remote in the other hand. I can go anywhere I want to go and it don't cost me a dime. I can go to History Channel, Discovery Channel, the Travel Channel. I don't mind to go everywhere, but I didn't go any of those places. No, I like going places where, there it is. My goodness, I got so many hats I can't keep them all straight. I like going places where people can solve all their problems in 30 minutes. Now, you know what I'm talking about. It don't matter what Lucy steps into at 9:05. By 9:30, Ricky loves her again, and Vivian's talking to her. It's all good. And it's like that all over Nick at Night and all over TV land. And I'm glad that these songs are not all over. So come on, sing it with us. Listen to a story about a man named Jed. My dear best friend, and one day.
This one will talk to this voiceless horse. Never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this.
I am Mr. Head.
Bet you know this one too. Green Acres is the voice to me. Countryside.
New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
Happy trails to you. backup singers. We got Sammers out there. Well,
So you know we always put a love song in our shows. Those of you who have seen us perform before, you've probably heard us do All I Ask from Phantom of the Opera, or some just standard like When I Fall in Love. That's another one, yeah. Well,
Fly Me to the Moon.
yeah, so we were trying to find a good love song for this set, and we came across some songs that we kind of liked and kind of didn't like.
Yeah, there's one I've been trying to do for years. It says, how can I miss you if you won't go away? But she didn't like that.
If the phone doesn't ring, you'll know it's me.
I like this one too. If you won't leave me alone, I'll find somebody who will.
I'm so miserable without you, it's almost like having you here.
When you leave, walk out backwards so it looks like you're coming in. Wait, what? That doesn't even make sense.
Sorry I made you cry, but at least your face is cleaner.
One of my favorites for this area of the country is, meet me out in the cornfield, Carolyn, I'll kiss you between the ears. I don't know. But this is the one we just that we decided we were going to do here. Okay, that's a very serious love song, of course.
You asked me if I love you, and if my love is true. Well, if I were a rich gal, here is what I'd do. I'd buy you a diamond ring, a new motorhome or two. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it on you. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. I'd buy you a Cadillac and a new Mercedes too. I'd build you a mansion up on that mountaintop. If my nose was running money, but honey, it's not. If my nose was running money, you'd have everything you please. Anytime you wanted cash, all I'd have to do is sneeze. Honey, you'd win the lottery if I had a cold or flu. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. It's a booger of a problem I've got. I wish my nose was running money, but it's not. I'd buy you a diamond ring, a new motorhome or two. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. He knows I love him when I sing that song.
Oh.
Well, I was real happy to hear that Elvis was coming to Kentucky over there. That's pretty cool. We always have Elvis join us in our shows. It's really a pleasure to have him with us. And this year, when we went looking for a song for Elvis to do, we really couldn't find one that we hadn't already done. You know, this is our 12th full show. We have we've been on the road here. We're on our 11th year on the road, so we have 11 of these kind of shows, and then we have our Christmas show too. So we were just trying to find something that we hadn't already done. Well, couldn't. But thankfully, we found Elvis's cousin. And I bet you've never seen his cousin perform. His cousin is going to perform for you.
Yeah, let's try this.
Okay, we're going to try this. Please welcome to the stage, Elmer F. Wesley.
You ain't nothing but a house dog, quiet all the time. You ain't nothing but a house dog, quiet all the time. Stop blasting. You ain't never caught a wagon, you ain't no friend of mine. What I said was high class. would explode.
Make noise.
Oh, well. I never know what we're going to do next. I really don't. You're not the only one. Okay. Let's go back to the late 50s, okay? Long before you were born. We're going to go back to late 50s and early 60s. There was a young lady out in Los Angeles. Filthy, I can't see a thing. There was a lady in Los Angeles, California, making a living on other people's records. And that's okay, that's a good thing, because back that time, remember, we had a lot of oohs and ahs, and bop, bang, ooh, bop, bop, bang, booms, and all those things. Well, she happened to be in the right place at the right time, had a great voice, and she ended up with some good records. She did You Lost That Loving Feeling, the original version by, no, it's not Hall & Oates. If you think Hall & Oates did that, you're not old enough to be here. That was by the Righteous Brothers, and she was on that 1962 hit, Run Spector, You Do Run, 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 You Do Run. Everybody remembers that song. You know, a whole lot of songs like that. Finally, they came up to her and said, why don't you start doing your own stuff, because you can make more money, get more fun, have more freedom, whatever. And she said, okay. And she started having her own hits. In the 1960s, she had a couple hits. In the 1970s, she had a couple hits. In the 1980s, well, she's still singing and dancing. But 80s and 90s, she decided she was going to try acting too. Well, she must have been a real slouch at that, because in 1988, she won the Best Actress Academy Award. So you know, she's just talented. But you know, her problem was she had she tried to break into show business with a 17-foot long name. Now, I don't care how good you are. If your name is Cheryl Sarkisian LaPierre, they can't remember what your name is. They can't even spell it. So you know what she did? She shortened it to Cher.
I was born in a wagon of a traveling show. My mama used to dance for the money they throw. Papa would do whatever he could. Preach a little gospel, sell a couple bottles of Dr. Good. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves, we'd hear it from the people of the town. They'd call us gypsies, tramps, and thieves. But every night all the men would come around, they'd run it down. But that was one of my bigger hits. But after that, remember, I was married to that little short guy. That's Sonny Bono. Yeah, well, he wrote this next song. Y'all be singing along with us.
The beat goes on. The beat goes on.
Drums he piled out a rhythm to the break. La-da-da-da-dee.
La-da-da-da-da. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, you must be so proud of your grandkids. And them little rugrats come around, you know, nieces, nephews, whatever you got. Aren't they adorable? They're just so precious right now. They're perfect. They know everything. Right? I mean, you know, I've been around the sun 12 times. My goodness, I learned rocket science on Facebook, right? I'm gonna be an astronaut. I learned brain surgery on YouTube. There's videos on brain surgery now, you know. But I was like that too about 50 years ago when I was, you know, a little rugrat. And, well, I figured life had thrown me so much curveballs by the time I was 14, didn't have any left. That's pretty funny now, isn't it? Yeah. I thought I'd been through a lot by then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Melissa and I had the opportunity to be managers at a place called Independent Living, or I should say an industry called Independent Living. And we got to meet these weird things called senior citizens. Now, yeah, now they old people, all right, everybody knows they old people, but here's what I found out. They're full of something. They've been collecting experience and wisdom and knowledge, some of them for a long time. I mean, long forever, right? And I was not prepared for these people who I just thought they were just old and should be put out to pasture, you know. But no, I found out that one of the most intelligent people I ever met, I'm gonna fix this, you know, her name was Rosie, and she taught me one of the most important things I ever met, that I ever learned in my whole life. And that is, life is too short to be grumpy. Thank you. Skies gonna clear up, put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up, put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy, it's not your style. You look so good that you'll be glad you decide to smile. Bring out a pleasant outlook, stick out that noble chin, that's not your chin. Wipe on the full of downer.